In Gemara Sukkah, we're told by Rava that it is imperative that we hold the lulav in one hand and the esrog in the other. If you're a righty, the lulav goes in the right hand. If you're a lefty, the lulav goes in the left hand. At least that's the Ashkenazic practice. But when we notice that the lulav, hadassim, and aravos are in one hand and the esrog is in the other, and even when we fulfill the mitzvah, we are required to hold them in separate hands. We don't put the esrog in the same hand as the rest of the arba minim, even though there may be one opinion that says it's okay, but we're strict. We always keep them separate. We hold them together, but keep them in separate hands. Why is that? Not from a halachic perspective, maybe from a hashkafic perspective, a philosophical perspective. Why is it that the esrog is kept separate from everywhere else? And I thought about this based on a book that I'm in the middle of reading, which is called Winning by Tim Grover. He trained athletes such as Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade and others. And when he speaks about winning, he communicates the idea that winning is very lonely. And the reason why many people are not interested in winning is because they understand that they have to isolate themselves and they have to be different, and they're not going to have the same, initially at least, the same type of life and experience as others, because they're so addicted to the grind of winning, and it gets very lonely. And I think perhaps we can see the similar idea between at least the symbolism of the esrog being separate from the hadassim, aravos, and the lulav. You see, the esrog is known as the elite of all of the other of the arba minim because it not only smells good, it also tastes good, whereas the others don't have those qualities. So the esrog is the ideal. And the ideal, in order to be great, in order to be ideal, you can't always be with the rest of the masses. You can't always join together. But that doesn't mean that you always stay separate and apart. Judaism doesn't believe that we're like an ascetic and we just stay away and we do our own thing. No. When it comes time to fulfill the mitzvah, we have to put them together. Not on the same hand, but we make sure that they're together because there is a responsibility for the esrog, for the person that represents greatness, to make sure that they have an opportunity, they take the time to influence and impart their wisdom onto everyone else as well. But it does become lonely for the esrog because the esrog still has to be on a separate hand. But again, that's the message. If you want to put in the work, if you want to be great, it is going to be lonely. And I hope that we all strive for greatness. We may not always achieve it, but at least we strive for it each and every day, while on that journey, making sure that we are able to show, influence those around us, but most importantly, becoming the best version of ourselves. Have a wonderful Shabbos and a wonderful Yontif and Sukkos.